wasn't a lucky play. That was just good football.
Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Food from all of the base. My A-spoon going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders, don't hate.
Welcome back, everybody, to FedEx Field, just outside of our nation's capital. It's the Commanders in control of the football as we rejoin the action in the fourth quarter. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Throwing now is Wentz. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles.
You can't afford to make any kind of mistakes, but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Eagles offense and A.J. Brown headed back out there. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
But first down, Hurts. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Throwing is Hurts. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. So they get pushed back to the 11. And here's 2nd and goal. Flush to his right. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Coaches come into a game preaching total team effort. CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Baby, watching my live.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing on first is Wentz. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first. To throw, it's Wentz. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Wentz now on first down. It's Dodson. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Wentz. Going right back to Dodson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Now Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Wentz going to bat this forward on the jet sweep. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumbled, recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Sly able to put this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. This offense ready for their upcoming series as we get a look at the former Heisman Trophy winner, Devontae Smith. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know that I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's beaten a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. No, you want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but...
We're not rooting. Just in the interest of the game, let's go ahead and see 5.
They go play action with Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts out to his left. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just got to give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. On the move to his left. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Elliott on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it was finished off by a touchdown from Devontae Smith. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
To throw again on second down. Wentz. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Again, it's Wentz. There's McLaurin. What a catch. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 32-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Wentz to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely dream.
Just 2 days. You could correct your lotion only from Gold Bond. Champions your skin.
Outback's new steak and bake combos. Can't choose between steak and chicken or steak and shrimp. No rules here, mate. Get them both. It's the Aussie way. Starting at $15.99 for a limited time. Only at Outback.
What? What? No. You lay. You lay. No.
We needed to be at least excuses, and you know I be on top of things. Put you on my proper name. On the dot is not your aim. Although we in love, we are not the same. I hit you on that
There are a couple of fun on the road, this one being one of the main ones, which always accumulates a lot of water. Now, for days we have this trailer, having this spot on the road just gives the best chance to not get stuck.
If we could. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as Ed sails over the end line. Jacksonville's offense trots out here for the first time, and all eyes go right to number 16. Now in his second season as the team's face of the franchise, Trevor Lawrence.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 19 carries, 60 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt, they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can get those numbers up a notch.
Here's Robinson again on second down. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Now, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And I think our statistician ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. Didn't get it by much, but bottom line got the first down. Avoiding that 3 and out, how vital is that on the first drive?
To me, it's like the first round of a boxing match. You know, it may not mean much right then and there, but you'd rather not lose it, right? So you want to go ahead and get it, kind of establish something early, and hope it can carry through.
Way to go.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Lawrence escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end. He's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now for the first time, we get to see this Philadelphia offense led out by their dual-threat quarterback now in his 3rd season, Jalen Hurts.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, and we'll see if he can keep a string of good games going right here.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Here's Hurts to throw. That escapes the sack. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
On the return, here's Agnew. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll start on the ground. ETN. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. He'll be hit down at the 33. 5 yards on the play. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Lawrence. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And his throw is incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. And it's It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Eagles hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is going to be caught. No, they say it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big third down coming up.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The kick by Elliott is good. And they will jump out in front here with a very unusual scoreline of 3-2. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting a field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now ETN to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Back to Robinson now on first down. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence to throw. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From midfield now, Lawrence. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Laviska Shenault, here's a name that a lot of teams league-wide have kept eyes on. Flown a bit under the radar through his first 2 seasons, but he has produced 600 yards in each as a target eater. Not hard to see why the league remains high on him, especially when he makes catches like that.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 38, Lawrence. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he's going to be out of bounds down about 45-yard line. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw went a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Here's Lawrence. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by Crosby is good, and they have regained the lead. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That's about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays, and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Second down, back to Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Hurts throwing complete to Smith. Now he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I didn't get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead a bit. That's the way to do it. Touchdowns.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Eagle pressure, too much this time. There he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously, led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. Throwing to start.
Come on, he caught that.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
It's caught. Smith. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Hurts. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. He's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. We are in for Eagles. We're through one on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown! Miles Sanders hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year, and the Eagles are once again back in front. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead is up to 5. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. 2 fantastic games coming up to wrap up Week 4, the first weekend in October. And tonight, the Chiefs and Buccaneers from Tampa. That's a rematch of Super Bowl 55, of course. And then Monday night, rematch of last year's NFC Championship game. The Rams and Niners from Santa Clara. Coverage on that one, 8:15. Touchdown, Jaguars! Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have yet again retaken the lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is now 2. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. 1-play drive and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Now back to work from Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Here's Aaron Sipos out now to punt on 4th down. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jacksonville headed back out, and we'll get to see Evan Ingram once again. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
It kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
Now Lawrence. Second and 8 coming up. Now Lawrence. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. This one to the sideline. He's got it. Nice job to keep the feet in, but it was a bit short here of a 1st down. Here's Logan Cook now to bunt this one away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. That one a first down pickup of 8.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. But first down, Hurts. Open man downfield is Sanders. He's got it. And they'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 34. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. And once again, this is Sanders. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Here's Hurts to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I'd say that he learned from his costly red zone pick earlier in the game, because this time he puts the throw away from where any defender can make a play on it. Unfortunately, he also sailed it over his intended target, and that doesn't work out well.
He will find Smith in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys have now moved out in front. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. Now a hit and a loose football. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. First and 10. The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Lawrence to Jones for the Jacksonville first down. Running out of the gun with ETN. Avoids him at the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a second and 7. Now Lawrence to throw. Gets this quickly to Ingram. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. Down to about the 45. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Lawrence will throw. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. There's a yardage on the play back at the 44. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and it'll be 4th down. A Cook now on to punt as he he gets this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that.
It seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. He's going deep for Brown. And he's got it inside the 10. A big play there for Philly. 54 yards. Jalen Hurts, not a terribly big fella at 6'1", but his arm's got plenty of life to it, and that was a thing of beauty there.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Forced out to his left. Caught on the slant. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now looking for a lane, but none to be found for Sanders as they stop him short of the line to gain. Going for it with Sanders. And he's in. Touchdown. Eagles. Miles Sanders with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. This defense held out as long as they could, but ultimately the running game wears them down from the 1-yard line.
And that gets set up throughout the entire drive, doesn't it? And when you put those big bodies and determination into that carry, the end result, touchdown.
Elliott now to have the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. That time a 6-play drive, and it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of scoring the drives.
So you saying that you're tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
It'll be a gain of about 5, but they're left with a 3rd and still about 12 to go.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to get the first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And this returnable for Rager. Nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Hurts throw here taken in as he's able to find Goddard. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 24 yards the gain there. Another 1st down as well.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Hurts. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead is down to 4. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, still in my timeout, so I have a minute and 50
Here
seconds
comes a
to do.
return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25.
That Mrs. Block, I was about to go in.
Officially, so a net gain of 1 there. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
You can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Being chased out left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Hurts. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
But here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Eluding the pressure right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Dancing to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jalen Hurts as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Elliott good on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive in total 8 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the visitors who are out in front in the second quarter. Carson Wentz lighting things up. 3 touchdown passes there. From there, we head over to Hotlanta to check out the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Justin Fields. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they were even better throwing the football. Lots of open receivers to choose from, and you can bet that'll continue to be a focus in the second half. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Eagles to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Shakes off the sag, steps away to his left. It's caught by Sanders. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Allen able to record his 5th sack of the season. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. To try again after the sack. Hurts. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. That's the #2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be #2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be #1.
Second down, back to Sanders. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Miles Sanders taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive consumes 9 plays all total. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half #2. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Lawrence. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Ball on the 30, they'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Lawrence. And a loose football. And some space here. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
It reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Josh Allen able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Flushed out right. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goddard, 27 yards. And the Eagles take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the 2 teams by far. And that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Elliott good with a PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars offense ready to set up shop here again. We haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this one, let's just say it's been unusual.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Here's a screen for Robinson. And he is going to lose yardage here. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Here comes Rager. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. Now back to work for Miles Sanders in the Philly offense. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. But 1st down, Hurts. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 41-yard line. Hurts. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 54 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Once again with Sanders. A little juke. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Lawrence from his end zone. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he is out up around the 15-yard line. Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Lawrence. And he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talk about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. It's a little bit of depletion. And they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Third and 2, now Lawrence. And oh, it coughed it up. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, Lawrence. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Christian Kirk, 30 yards. And the Jaguars get a bit closer. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. He's had a touchdown for every quarter so far. 3 here in the 3rd, and probably hoping he's not done yet.
And this is a situation where it's okay to be greedy. When you've already scored 3 times, you want 4, you want more than that. And guess what? That only helps your team.
Yeah, so far 3, now in search of 4. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And this is caught by Watkins. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Hurts throw complete here to his receiver Brown. Touchdown! A.J. Brown, 29 yards. And the Eagles are going to be moving at 4-0 as they extend their lead. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And he looked right off the line like he knew that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Now after the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Lawrence to Chenault for a Jaguar first. Now Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram, his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Lawrence. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Again, it's Lawrence. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's going. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Lawrence will throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set up 1st and goal at the 5. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just 1 shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
If you were going fishing with food off of that menu, and you can only pick one item, what do you think would catch fish?
Y'all trying to catch fish?
Yeah. You guys are done, man. What are the odds that I could get any raw meat?
Not getting anything going at all. 2nd and 8. Off play action. Wilson going deep downfield into a lot of traffic, and somehow, some way, it is caught inside the 25-yard line. You got a referee that goes down that may have helped here to open up this receiver. He's not throwing that ball, in my opinion, to Washington. He's trying to get the ball to Sutton, who ends up grabbing it. The official affects McLeod, the back stretch there, gets in the way of the safety. McLeod, they both, like you said, have their hands on the ball. 2-on-2.
Finding windows to throw in games, and then also we try to get their hands down when it comes to quick game, things like that nature. So,
I know he's better than this.
When you went back and looked at the tape, that 4th and 1, the RPO, what did you see? Was that a call you were comfortable with? Or?
Yeah, I mean, Buda Baker's blitzing, so that's my answer. It's tough on Ian because Buda's hitting the inside on the blitz, so they're gonna, stem out. So it's tough on him. because he knew that he wasn't going to get to me. He put his hands up and just a couple fingers off.
Why not try something to change something drill-wise?
If you got a drill for me, you can let me know. If you have a drill for me, you can let me know. I mean, it's like staying in the pocket. It's finding windows to throw, getting their hands down in a quick game. I mean, it's the same things I keep saying.
49ers back Stafford 7 times pressure to the 17. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's a great challenge for us. Our defense is playing at an extremely, extremely high level. Obviously, they made it a deep playoff run. And playing at an extremely, extremely high level. Obviously, they made it a deep playoff run.
Yeah, but your aim's fucking trash, and that's exactly how you get better.